Hello, I'm Hickey from interest.co.nz and welcome to 90 at 9, brought to you in association with the BNZ. This is your morning briefing where you get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, starting now with more news emerging from the Bridgecorp trial of the disaster inside that company in the final few months before it collapsed. It had promised to raise $482 million from loans that it had made in the last 6 months, but actually only managed to get $95 million in, didn't declare this in the prospectus, and therefore the prospectus was horribly misleading. It was also monitoring cash flow by the hour in the last few months of existence, and was forced to raise $8 million from St Laurence at an interest rate of, wait for it, 23%. And when they failed to repay that, the interest rate went up to 30.5%. When Bridgecorp defaulted in February 2007, it didn't even bother to tell a trustee. Meanwhile, in Australia, the Reserve Bank of Australia Governor Glenn Stevens has taken the unusual step of going on to national television and warning about a property bubble in Australia. He says, don't borrow too much, and he essentially pointed that interest rates are rising. His first chance will be next week, next Tuesday, when some people are expecting him to increase the official cash rate there in Australia. And finally, the Greeks managed to sell $5 billion worth of government bonds overnight. This is the first bond auction since the deal was done last week, which gave them the ability to go to the IMF in tandem with the Eurozone economies. However, they had to pay a very high price for that bond issue, over 300 basis points over the base rates in the rest of Europe. So Greece is not out of the woods yet. I'm Hickey. That was 90 at 9, brought to you in association with the BNZ.